Hey guys, happy book Sunday! I want to talk about one of my favorite authors, Jodi Picoult. So, I love her books. As you can see, I own quite a few. But the thing is, I don't think I've actually bought in a single one of these. I have either acquired them from people who didn't want them anymore, or when I go to hotels, when you can like leave books and take books, yeah, that's usually how I've gotten them, or birthdays or Christmas gifts. And so, Jodi Picoult, I'm just going to hold up this one. Well, actually, one of her most famous books is My Sister's Keeper, which was turned into a movie. But yeah, it's a really good book. I don't necessarily think it's one of her best books. Like, she has a lot better books than just this one, but this is the one that everyone, like, knows about and, like, would know her for if you knew who she was, kind of thing. Yeah, so Jodi Picoult books are usually, they kind of all follow a general storyline in the sense that there's a problem. Usually it has something to do with a law case, or it ends up going to court, or something to do with that. Songs of the Humpback Whale, this one wasn't my favorite, to be honest. It's a novel in 5 voices, so I wasn't the biggest fan of the way that was written. My favorite Jodi Picoult book is actually The Pact, which I don't actually own. I just borrowed it from somebody. And that one is about a girl who, a couple, who's a teenage couple who decides to have a suicide pact, and it kind of just ends up going to court and stuff like that, but it tears 2 families apart, and that kind of stuff. A lot of her books can be controversial, like they deal with suicide. The 10th Circle deals with rape. This one's about a girl who has a boyfriend, and they end up breaking up, and then at one night at a party she ends up getting really drunk, and she accuses him of raping her, and then there ends up being a whole, like, trial over it, and like you get to kind of, the things I like about her book is that you get to kind of see the perspective of everyone involved in the story. So you get to see the perspective of the girl, you get to see the perspective of the boy, and you get to see the perspective of the dad of the girl, who is a comic book artist. I just turned to a page, so you sometimes get to see his comics in here, but it's not like the whole book is a comic, it's just occasionally there are comics. And the cool thing about her books is that sometimes they'll take a kind of a twist, a plot twist, in the sense that you'll think that the book is about a particular thing. Like in this book, you'll think the main point of the book is about this girl and the boyfriend, and the whole like rape incident. But there usually is some underlying problem as well that all of a sudden you find out, and you're like, okay, never mind. Which I really enjoy in books. That's why I really like the book Looking for Alaska, because I think the whole time you're reading it, you think it's a general love story kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, like, plot twist, it has nothing to do with a love story. It's a completely different moral. So yeah, Jodi Picoult books, I would highly recommend if you're into kind of like fiction, but also they're not out there. Like this could be a real life situation, and yeah, I like them for like when I'm going on vacation and that kind of thing. One that I'm really wanting to read is Sing You Home. It's about a girl who is a music therapist, and at one point I was debating going into music therapy in university, but I find it very interesting, so I'm excited to read that. This one is, your daughter needs a new heart, that only match comes from a murderer. What would you do? So that's intense. So they kind of go against like the norms of what you would expect a certain type of society or something like that to happen. There's lots of books like on divorce or diseases, like there's one about osteoporosis disease, or cancer, or again rape, suicide. Like I want to also say that like if you are impacted easily, I guess, by those types of topics, and maybe you would like to stray away from those books. But she has some that like I feel like everyone could find one of her stories interesting. Yeah, so that is my review on Jodi Picoult. I would give her a 5 out of, I would give her like a 7 out of 10 for author-wise and writing-wise. So check her out. She's one of my favorite authors. And if you guys have another author that you would like me to review, or any books that you would like me to review, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!